These are the questions to emotional intelligence and robots, real and imagined. Question 1, you're going to use the emotional intelligence article to answer this question. Which of these people probably has high emotional intelligence? D, someone who likes to talk a lot. C, a police detective. B, an honor student. A, someone who cries easily. Question 2, use emotional intelligence to answer this question. D, determine if an emotion is appropriate to the situation. The question. Identifying personal emotions can help people. D, determine if an emotion is appropriate to the situation. C, act out in emotionally unhealthy ways. B, protect themselves from bad experiences. A, predict their future successes. Question 3, use emotional intelligence to answer this question. Understanding why others feel the way they do can help you D, control their feelings. C, tell them how you feel. B, respond with sensitivity. A, improve your IQ. Question 4, use emotional intelligence to answer this question. Why is it important for social workers to have high emotional intelligence? D, they work for marriage counselors. C, they need to have good memories. B, they frequently interact with others. A, they are often lonely. Questions 5 through 8, we're switching to robots, real or imagined and real. Question 5, robots in real life are different from science fiction robots because real life robots, D, appear in television shows and movies. C, rarely do human work. B, do not usually have human shape. A, have the ability to speak. Question 6, use robots imagined and real to answer this question. How are real life and fictional robots similar? D, they both have evil intentions. C, they both look like people. B, they both try to control their masters. A, they both perform jobs for humans. Question 7, use robots imagined and real to answer this question. What do all real life robots do? D, work in industrial settings. C, perform programmed tasks. B, work with dangerous materials. A, clean up dirty areas. Question 8, use robots imagined and real to answer this question. How does society's current view of robots compare to the 1920 view? D, people appreciate the help that robots offer. C, people are struggling to stay ahead of robots' growing capabilities. B, people want robots to make decisions for them. A, people are more afraid than ever that robots will take over. Questions 9 and 10 are the paired passage questions that you have to use both passages to answer those questions. So question 9, make sure you use both emotional intelligence and robots imagined and real to answer this question. According to the selections, that means both of them, emotional intelligence is different from robots because D, emotional intelligence is not important in relationships, but robots could turn on their human makers. C, not everything about emotional intelligence has been studied, but everything about robots has been discovered. B, emotional intelligence has been said to be more important than IQ, but robots are smarter than humans. A, emotional intelligence involves specific skills, but robots do work that has been traditionally done by their human counterparts. Question 10. Use both passages, emotional intelligence and robots imagined and real, to answer this question. Read this sentence from emotional intelligence. They do believe, however, that emotional intelligence is fundamentally important to relationships, such as marriage and friendship. Which sentence from robots imagined and real relates a similar idea? This means tells a similar idea, which means not exactly the same, but close. D. After that first appearance on stage, robots continue to appear in books, movies, and television programs. C. While robots have never rebelled against their makers, ethical questions can come into play. Some robots used by the military have been designed to have decision-making capabilities. B, robots have been a staple of science fiction since the early days of the genre. A, today, robots have stepped off the science fiction pages and into our world.